Welcome to the ArmaniTalks podcast. I'm your host, ArmaniTalks. In this podcast, I'm helping you level up your 5 soft skills: public speaking, storytelling, social dynamics, emotional intelligence, and creativity. 5 soft skills for you to change your life forever, skyrocket your confidence along the way. In today's episode, we're entering the world of emotional intelligence, and we're going to be breaking down the whole concept of waking up early. Most of the times that I've had to wake up early in my early life was because I was forced. Either I had school coming up, I had to wake up early for jobs, or I had some sort of event where being up early was a requirement. However, roughly around age 25 to 26 ish, there was a period where I was willingly waking up early. This was by my own will, especially on the weekends when most people were sleeping in. Why in the hell was I getting up at 5 in the morning? I wasn't too sure at the time. I just recalled that I was having a tough period where I couldn't sleep. And rather than staying in bed, wallowing in misery, I decided that I was going to get up, drink some coffee, and get my day started earlier than usual. In the initial stages, I was just doing this on autopilot, but as more time started to go on by, I started to enjoy it. Not only did I enjoy it, I wanted this to be some sort of ritual where I started to follow all these different social media pages where the people were waking up early. I think I joined this one Instagram page. It was called the 5 a.m. Club, something like that. And it felt like I was a part of a community. As more time started to go on by, I started to check out of the community and I wanted to experiment more. I mean, was waking up at 5 a.m. too early? So my inner engineer, I got the best of me and I started to experiment with 7 in the morning. Every now and then at 10 in the morning, and very rarely it became in the afternoon. As I had more data, I now had the opportunity to break down the results. Which one was the most optimal for me and my emotional health? I came back to 5 a.m. This isn't advice for other people. This is me just sharing my experiences in regards to why I enjoy waking up early. When I was first doing this, I couldn't logically explain it. I was just going with emotions. But nowadays, I believe I could better logically explain it. The logic behind it is when I'm running a business, I'm dealing with a lot of people throughout the day, maybe answering some emails, maybe dealing with some clients, maybe having a social life as well. But in the morning, when things are dark, when the world is still sleeping, during that time slot, I feel like peace. It feels like there's this big secret with myself and the rest of reality where I'm just going about my business. It's not like I'm wasting time in the morning where I know some people putter in the morning where they're just killing some time. For me, I'm getting active from the very beginning. This allows me to win myself over. Once I get a workout in or get a long walk in, I feel better. Once I feel better, I drink some water. I start to experiment with different routines. Once the routines become solidified, it goes from routines now into rituals. And all these little moments in the morning, as I'm being so freaking productive, I'm not even checking my phone like that. I don't check social media, my text messages, my emails until I get 2 to 3 of the most productive tasks for the day complete. And as more time has gone on by since I have been following the 5 a.m. challenge, it's so fulfilling to me. It's something that I enjoy and it's something that's good for my emotional health. Because at first, a discipline feels like work. It's one of those narratives where we're like, well, why do I have to be disciplined for? I mean, I don't see all these other people being disciplined. But if you stick with it, what happens later on is that discipline becomes this peace in this chaotic world that we call life. And for me personally, waking up when the world is still dark, I feel as though that this is now my piece. It's not something that I do because I have to. It's something that I do because I want to. So the main takeaway from this podcast is there's going to be a lot of times where you may be sprung into motion and you're doing something, but you're not too sure why you're doing it, which I mean is that it's very difficult to logically explain. But if you stick with it, later on the logic will present itself. Where for my instance, I woke up early, couldn't quite explain why, but nowadays, logically speaking, it is something that allows for emotional fulfillment that boosts the productivity for the rest of the day. If you want more practical insights like this into emotional intelligence, be sure to check out the Armani Talks free daily newsletter. In this newsletter, I drop a lot of practical insights on how to manage your emotions, how to build self-awareness, and how to be more productive. Check out the Armani Talks newsletter in the description box or go on armanitalks.com/newsletter and sign up today. Thank you very much for joining the Armani Talks podcast, and I will catch you next time.